Family Financial Freedom.
Hello, this is Brian Tracy, and welcome to this program entitled Make a Million. In the next few minutes, I'm going to teach you how to make your first $1 million. I'm going to give you an overview, which is not going to be the total picture, but it's going to give you a whole series of ideas that you can use. Now, I started off my life poor. I didn't have any money. I didn't graduate from high school. I worked at laboring jobs for several years. On a couple of occasions, I went on welfare and on unemployment insurance. I lived in my car. Sometimes I say I was homeless before it was respectable. And after working at laboring jobs, I drifted into sales, straight commission sales, because there were no laboring jobs available. And in straight commission sales, I just went around in circles. I struggled, I strived, I was living one sale away from homelessness, because if I didn't make a sale, get paid, get the money back to my rooming house lady, she would dump my stuff on the front porch and I would be out of a place to stay. So I know what it's like to start off with nothing. But here's the good news. I used to feel sorry for myself when I was young because I didn't have any money. I'd say, well, I don't have any money. Wow. You know what I found out? Is that everybody starts off broke. Everybody who is wealthy today, with very few exceptions, started off with nothing. It's the national tradition is that we start off with very little in life, and the ones who become successful starting with nothing, and sometimes they go back to nothing several times. I say that broke is the natural condition of being an adult in America, and most people like broke so much they keep going back to it. Well, then I began to study self-made millionaires. I began to read books and articles and research studies on them. I began to build my own library on the subject, and you know what I found? Is that they all have certain qualities in common. They all have certain ways of achieving their goals, and that everything that they know is learnable. That you can actually learn anything you need to learn to accomplish any goal that you set for yourself. Now, quick example. If you decided that you wanted to run a marathon, well, then you would learn how. Get a couple of books and articles, get some coaching, train with some other people, learn how to train, stretch, run, expand your distance, and so on. Learn the right foods to eat, the liquids to drink, and so on. In other words, running a marathon is merely a skill you can learn. Typing with a typewriter is a skill you can learn. Becoming a millionaire is a skill you can learn. Now, in the year 1900, when the century changed last time, there were about 5,000 millionaires in America, virtually all of them self-made. By the year 2000, there were 5 million millionaires in America. There's 7 million millionaires in the world, and 5 million of them live in the United States. That's an increase of 1,000 times. And even though the economy goes up and down at times, there are still people becoming millionaires.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?